In this video, we're going to be looking at multiplying a fraction by a fraction. So if we look at this example here, the two fractions that we have are 1/3 times 1/2. Now, when we look at this, what we can tell is that if we think about this as the original shape, we can see that they partitioned it into thirds. And then they colored in 1/3 by coloring this part. Then they took their fraction 1/2 and they went the opposite direction, laying it on top, just like this. And again, they partitioned it or colored it to represent 1/2, just like this. Now, what we are looking at is the part that overlaps, okay? The part that overlaps. There's one piece that overlaps. That's our numerator. Now, there are 6 individual pieces in this shape now. So that is our new denominator. 1/3 times 1/2 equals 1/6. Let's look at it in a slightly clearer picture now. So here we have 1/2 times 3/4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking and I'm going to create 3/4. Alright, so there are my fourths. And remember that I'm going to color in 3 of those fourths. So I'm going to color in 3/4. Alright, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/2. So I'm going to go the opposite direction and I'm going to break it apart into halves, like this. And if I break this apart into halves, I then color in 1/2. So if I color in 1/2, I'm going to go across to represent 1/2. The part that we see that overlaps is what you're focusing on. There are 3 pieces in the part that overlap. So 3. Our denominator represents however many pieces are there in the square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1/2 times 3/4 is equivalent to 3/8. Alright. If we look here, we have 1/5 times 2/4. So again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by taking 1/5 and I'm going to partition across into fifths. So there's 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces. Okay. I need to color in one of those pieces. So I'm going to color in one of those. That represents 1/5. Then I'm going to illustrate 2/4. So I'm going to go and partition in 2/4, just like this. And I'm going to color in 2/4. Alright, so if we look here, again, we're only focusing on the part where there's an overlap. And we can see there's an overlap because it's a slightly different color than the other two. So there are 2 pieces out of 20 pieces total. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this is 5, that's 10, 15, 20. So 2/20, or we could say 1/10. 1/5 times 2/4 is equivalent to 2/20, or 1/10. Alright, so pause the video here and see if you can solve this one on your own by drawing the picture on a piece of paper. Alright, so hopefully you try to work this one out on your own. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3/4 and I'm going to start by partitioning into fourths, just like this. And I'm going to color in 3 of those pieces. 1, 2, and 3. So there is my 3/4. Okay, perfect. Now, I then need to color in 2/3. To color in 2/3, I need to first partition into thirds. So if I go up and down, I now have my thirds. Alright, so I color in 2/3. So I have this right here. Perfect. Now, if we look, we are focusing on this odd color right here, the overlap, and we see that there are 6 pieces. That's our numerator. Out of, there are 12 pieces total. So 3/4 times 2/3 is equivalent to 6/12, or 1/2 of the shape.